A man was found dead, crushed under a collapsed pile of books in his own home. He'd been collecting for 40 years. This is bibliomania, and it's a real psychological disorder. Bibliomania isn't just loving books. It's an obsessive, compulsive disorder where people will lie, steal, go bankrupt, or even kill to acquire rare texts. And throughout history, it's destroyed countless lives. The term was coined in 1809 by Reverend Thomas Dibdin, who wrote an entire book about the condition. He described bibliomaniacs as people who couldn't control their book-buying impulses. Stephen Blumberg stole over 23,000 rare books from 268 libraries across North America, worth millions. Don Vincenti, a Spanish monk in the 1800s, murdered 8 people to steal their book collections. He was only caught when he bragged about a rare manuscript he couldn't possibly afford. Sir Thomas Phillips, a 19th century British aristocrat, was perhaps the most extreme case. He accumulated over 160,000 books and manuscripts, so many that he bought multiple estates just to store them. He spent himself into poverty, neglected his family, and his daughter literally had to escape his house because there was no room for furniture, only books. When he died, it took his heirs over 100 years to sell off his collection. Then there's the Collier brothers in 1947 New York. They hoarded everything, but books were their obsession. When police finally entered their brownstone, they found over 25,000 books stacked in precarious towers. Homer Collier was found dead, and his brother Langley was eventually discovered crushed under a pile of newspapers and books in a tunnel he'd created through the debris. Modern psychologists classify severe bibliomania as a subtype of hoarding disorder. But here's the tragic irony. Most bibliomaniacs never read their collections. They can't. They're too busy acquiring the next book. The books aren't for reading. They're for possessing. In the digital age, you'd think this would decrease, but it hasn't. Book hoarding has actually increased. People still feel the physical need to own printed books, even when they have digital copies. Because the line between bibliophile and bibliomaniac is thin. It's the difference between loving books and being consumed by them. How many unread books do you own? Just curious.